when it comes to project management, you really have to have the right perspective and the right approach. And we take a lot of pride in our office with regard to how we approach it, regardless of whether or not you're around the corner from us or some other area of the United States. But it always begins with having a marketable plan. Because what you envision in terms of your entering into the long-term care spectrum has to meet the needs of the community where you plan to operate, or you're going to fall flat. So a big part of my job early on is research. Another issue is, of course, it may very well be that based upon what you want to do and where you plan to do it, that you're entering a really crowded field. Now, that doesn't mean you should avoid it, but it might mean we have to add certain special approaches to what you want to do in order to set yourself apart. Our job is to guide it, sometimes from inception. Sometimes we have to recreate what does not work. Maybe it's an adult day healthcare program. And my job is to make sure, number one, that it's clinically competent, that it really provides the relief that a caregiving family member needs, that it really has every component associated with the care of this person during the time they are in your center, so that the family's caregiving responsibilities can be truly complemented. We got to make sure it's safe. We've got to make sure it's aggressively marketed. The community must know you exist, why you exist, and how you're of benefit to them. And my job is to articulate that verbally and in writing with absolute detail, yet in a concise and professional way. In assisted living, as a project manager, whether we're beginning from scratch with you or recreating what's not working, we want to first make sure you are operating in a regulatory compliant manner. Because the last thing we want to do is to threaten the long-term residential stability of those who live there because you've got ongoing issues with licensing, which very often are very easily resolved. Then we want to make sure that the way you plan to manage the program is population-specific, plan of care focused, which means the individuality of each person who resides in that program is of paramount concern, and that those rendering direct care on a daily or routine basis have an intimate familiarity with the background of that resident and, of course, with their current needs. In project management, our duties also extend to helping you to capitalize a new program. It might be the development of a business plan in order to sit you in front of your bank, your credit union, or a group of private investors. It might be that we need to articulate with great specificity exactly what you're doing and how your services are going to be reimbursed, either by public or private payers. We take pride in managing a project in such a way that you are fully equipped not to rely upon us for the long term, but to position you to operate in an efficient and profitable way. You can reach us at any time at info@directcaretraining.com, info@directcaretraining.com, so we can be of assistance to you in making sure you not only get it off the ground, but that the project remains in the air.